it's me again. Today I bring you a recipe that I actually found on Pinterest, and there's a lot of recipes on there that I want to try, that I like to try. But I found this one that I give it a try, and these are cheese biscuits. In my case, these are going to be cheddar cheese biscuits, because what I have is cheddar cheese. Now I think I've already made it once and we loved it. This is mild cheddar cheese. But I want to say that maybe if you want to use sharp cheddar cheese, if you want it to taste more cheesy, a little bit more intense, you can use that. And next time I go to the store, that's what I'm going to get. But today I have the mild kind, and it's delicious with this one as well. So I'll tell you, it's really easy, really quick. So this is 1 cup of mild cheddar cheese. It's already shredded. Okay, you can use any other cheese if you like, to kind of play around with the recipe. I'm going exactly how the recipe said, cheddar cheese. And what I have here is some butter that I have cubed. This is room temperature butter. This is 4 tablespoons of butter. I let it out of the fridge for a little while and I cut it in maybe medium-sized pieces. In this bowl here, I have 4 large eggs. Okay, so you want to make sure that they're large eggs and you want to beat them a little bit separately. The other ingredient that you're going to need is almond flour, and this is blanched almond flour. It's very, very fine. It's really the best one that you want for things like this or to bake. I have 1 cup and 2 tablespoons plus 1 teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, so those are the ingredients you're going to need. Pretty basic. You're going to need one of these muffin tins. The recipe says that you can make 12. Actually, I only got 9 of this size. So maybe if you make them smaller, you can get 12. So I got 9. And I've just sprayed it with some coconut oil so that it doesn't stick. So my dry ingredients are all in this big bowl. The next thing to do is to add the butter. I'm just going to dump the butter in. And it really doesn't need to mix that much. You can do this part with your hands, mixing in the butter with your hands. Just kind of like when you're making biscuits, if you've ever made biscuits, you just kind of, you can do it with your hand, just cutting in the butter, the chunks of butter. You don't have to worry about the butter being so evenly distributed in this almond flour. You just really want to do it. If you have one of those pastry cutters that people have, I don't have one. I just use a fork, and I think the fork works pretty good. So you're just kind of smashing the butter, getting it as incorporated as you can in here. And you're gonna see you're still gonna have some little chunks of butter. Some are gonna be larger than others. It doesn't matter. And you're really gonna enjoy this recipe. To me, my review on it when I had it, and they're really delicious. I always loved cornbread. Loved cornbread. So it kind of gives me the taste and the feel of cornbread. I've had it for breakfast. You can have for breakfast, like maybe open it up and add some ingredients in it, like maybe an egg white omelet, or you can put ham, more cheese, whatever you want. Just make it your own, or you can just eat it on its own, really, as like a side item, maybe with your lunch or your dinner. Okay, so I've gone ahead and I've incorporated the butter in there as much as I could. So it kind of, you can tell it's in there. It's not like 100% incorporated, but as you can see, it's kind of like little pieces of it looks like wet sand pretty much right now, wet sand. So that's what you want, okay? So the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna add the 4 eggs straight in there. I'm telling you, this is super easy. Just add the eggs in there. Make sure they're large eggs. I thought it was gonna be a little eggy, but it really isn't. It tastes really good. Okay, so you add the eggs. Now you're gonna just put in all of your cheese and just mix it in lightly. You don't have to mix it that much. I'm using a fork. I'm not even worried about using a spatula or anything like that. So So they actually kind of, you know, look like the muffin, not the muffins, but the biscuits, the biscuit dough. Now it is gonna be a little bit runny. It's not gonna be, you know, it's gonna look more like a cake batter of some sort. It's not gonna be like the one that you're gonna roll out and cut out, but that's fine. I mean, the end result, you're gonna tell it's very, very similar. So this is what it looks like. Okay, it's a runny batter, almost like a pancake batter. Okay, so that's what you want. So what I did is I have one of these ice cream scoopers. I guess if you have ice cream scoop, if you have a smaller one and you want to make smaller muffins, you can. I use this size and that's how I got 9. So even though the recipe says calls for 12, but that's fine. And I'm gonna make sure that I have the recipe listed at the bottom of the video, like always. And so we're just gonna pour in here, and as you can see, it's almost full. It's not all the way full, but it's almost full. So pour it in there, and I'll show you what it looks like once I have them in the pan. And you're gonna see the end result because I'm gonna bake them in the oven. Now make sure you have your oven preheated before you even start your recipe. And you want to preheat your oven to 400 degrees, okay? 400 degrees. And at first I thought, wow, 400 degrees is kind of low, and the recipe calls for like 10 minutes of baking. So I didn't want to deviate from the recipe because I do it a lot. I like to make recipes, get the recipe and just change them around. But I didn't do that this time. I went exactly how it called to do it, okay? So I left it in the oven for 10 minutes exactly, and it was perfect, okay? They were perfect. They weren't overcooked, they weren't underdone, they were perfect. And that's my oven, okay? If you think your oven is not, you know, is not calibrated properly, or sometimes, you know, you think you're at 400, but the oven's actually at 375, because it's an old oven or whatever, what may, just get a toothpick when the 10 minutes are up, and just, you know, stick the toothpick in the middle. If it comes out clean, you know they're done. And that's what I did, because, you know, I was skeptic about it 10 minutes being too little time, but it was perfect. So this is what they look like. So I've filled the pans, or the muffin pans, about halfway through, or like 3/4 of the way full. It really depends how big you want them. This is gonna make 9. If you want them a little smaller, maybe you can put less batter in there, and then you'll get 12. But I'm gonna put them in the oven, 400 degrees, for 10 minutes. And when they come out, I'm gonna show you what they look like. All right, so the biscuits are out of the oven. This is what they look like. There's one missing, I know. Well, it's right here on our plate, and we're going to try it, okay? And here's Victoria. She was in the background of my video the whole time. I didn't know. And now my other daughter, Lauren, is here. So they're gonna taste the biscuits and tell you guys what they think. Go ahead.
Yes. It's cheesy. Want to have cheese? It's the cheese biscuits.
Cheddar Cheese Biscuits.
Very good.
Like them? What do you think?
They're still warm.
They're still warm, right?
Kind of milky.
So I guess probably if you want some butter on it, that would be nice if you want to have it with butter. Another idea. So there you have them, cheddar cheese biscuits. Give them a try, please, and let me know how you guys like them. Very easy to make, very delicious. Of course, they're low carb, so they'll work with your low carb diet. And yeah, so please let me know how you like them. The recipe is going to be on the bottom of the video, like always, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you. Bye.